because you can't have that drop off. And I think that's what we're trying to get it to. And it's neat, like, because they had that success early and they had those early games on Auburn national TV, everybody got a chance to see it. Like, I can go to Penn State and do that. Like, I see them 2 freshmen. Like, I don't think they, I don't think they got enough credit for what those 2 freshmen did together. Like, it's easy to get 1 freshman ready, but to get 2, and not only 2, I thought, say what you want, they dominated the Big Ten, which is a great defensive league. So I think that's the standard.
You look around college football and there are assistant coaches that are coaching positions that they never played. It's obviously how it works, but how does a quarterback become an expert in running back play?
Because I'm competitive and I want to be the best at whatever I do. It's still football at the end of the day. I grew up playing running back. I graduated to quarterback because if you would have been around in high school and you saw who I played with, somebody had to move. I mean, I played with Fred Taylor and James Jackson, 2 NFL running backs. So, like, either I'm going to watch it, I'm going to hand the ball off and throw it. So, like, I understand the nuance of playing running back. And then when I started coaching it, I mastered it. I mean, it's like I might not be a great English student, but if I'm going to be in English, I want to get an A. So I'm going to study my butt off. I'm going to try to be the best at it. I'm never satisfied. Like, I'm never too cocky where I can't go ask somebody, hey, what are you doing here to make your guys better? Like, to me, I never stop growing. And then the thing, I think what makes it special that I do have a quarterback background. Well, I get to teach them more football than that guy who just played running back because he don't understand what the O-line doing, the tight end, the receiver. So my guys understand coverage. For young guys, people say, how do you grow? Well, they understand coverage now. They understand what 1 high, 2 high mean. Hey, if his man is zone, where the pressure coming from because of these looks. So, and it also helps me in the run game. If I'm getting pressure here, the front change. So, like, to be able to teach them the same way you would teach a quarterback, imagine how much growth they have, right? So now I'm not only preparing them for now, my job is to make sure when they leave here, they're ready for the NFL. I got to take ownership of that. That's important for me as a coach that I don't fail these 2 kids. Like, they're ready to go in the NFL and be ready to play from day one.
Is there a part very early in your coaching career where you go, you're kind of doing the fundamentals and it's like, this is how you hold the ball, and you go, I don't know, I was never a running back. Like, how much actual study is there sort of in that process?
I don't think that was ever an issue because anytime you touch the ball, you better learn how to take care of it. As a quarterback, I mean, you look at my last year at Florida A&M, I basically rushed for 1,000 yards. I think I finished with 800 yards. So it wasn't like I wasn't running with the ball. I just knew how to throw the ball, and I ran when I need to. So, like, I was already teaching ball security. And I had a neat approach from it. My daddy was a coach. Like, I grew up around football. Like, I was learning pieces as a kid on how the game should be played. So it wasn't new to me. This is my blood. Like, this is what I love to do. So if you're passionate about it, like, you never feel like you at the top yet. I still feel like I'm at the bottom. Like, I still feel like I'm competing with everybody out there. I got to make sure I'm better than Ohio State coach, Georgia coach, Alabama coach, the NFL. Like, that's my mind. Like, I want to be the best. And if I want to be the best, it's going to help my kids be the best.
Who's the best former quarterback on the staff then?
Easily me. Like, I'm going to take that right now. Like, when you see the drills, who they have throwing me. So it hasn't changed.
In all seriousness, just building off of what Ben said, to have so many former quarterbacks, even Terry was a high school quarterback, just on the staff, how much does that kind of play into just what you were talking about at all different positions?
Well, let's be honest. Your quarterbacks are sometimes your smartest player. Not always, right? And a good O-line coach. I just think being around football, being I haven't called him. I mean, I did a little calling in college, but haven't been the true coordinator. But being in high school calling plays, when you have people who can see the big picture, it helps the coordinator. Like, Mike can come to me because he understands. I know what he's seeing at the quarterback position, whether it's a run check, it's an RPO, it's a pass. He can say, hey, Jay, what are they doing on the back end? I'm watching the front, or vice versa. Like, to me, people don't understand, like, when you have guys who can see the field, like, we got Hagan, who's played quarterback, like, guys who can see the field, it helps us make adjustment fast. And in the game of football, who can make the adjustments the quickest, right? We're talking about halftime, because most of the games won at halftime, right? Who come out and make the adjustment at halftime? Or it's the game when it's close and we're not moving the ball. Hey, do we need to change personnel? Do we need to change formation? Like, it's all those things that we can see because we understand when you calling the game, you calling it through the quarterback lens. So how's the quarterback seeing the game? Well, who played the position? We have, so we understand what he's going through, and we help with the game plan.
How nice has that co-offensive coordinator role been for you? Because like you said, you want to call an offense, but how nice has that been?
Well, it's been great. I mean, my role hasn't changed. Like, I've been part of the game plan. Like, we break off and whether me and Ty and Phil go do the run and come up and give it to Mike, and then, you know, with Ty coaching tight end and myself coaching running backs, we can help with the pass coverage because we see it as we go. So it hasn't changed. It's a great title. I'm glad Coach see me that way as a guy who can grow. But again, it hasn't changed. Like, I still prepare the same. Like, I'm still helping with the game plan. Like, still help Mike make adjustment. In the day, he calling. I just want to make sure as he calling, I help him stay in rhythm, because the best play calling when you're in a rhythm, like shooting a jump shot, you Steph Curry, you hot. Like, it's hard to take that away when you're in a rhythm calling. I can't say, hey, Mike, stop this. You need to be doing this. So to be able to see it the way he see it, to be able to think, I'm already thinking the play coming out of his mouth. Like, that's when you cohesive as an offense, when we thinking the same way. We understand what he's about to call because this formation, this play coming in, we can see it. We couldn't do that year one. I think year two, you saw us grow. Year three, you're going to see us grow even more. So that's where it helps.
Between the freshmen that are coming in, the walk-ons that you already have here, and anybody else that would come into the program, what kind of a competition do you expect for that third spot in preseason camp?
You know, it's the same old 80s, right? Oh, I can't even talk right now. I've been out there. Listen, you get what you earn. I don't care if it's a transfer coming in here, it's a freshman coming here. If you earn that spot, no different way Nick and Katron earn the spot, you're going to get it. Whether it's third, that's two, that's one. The best thing about improving and getting better is competition, right? You can't never relax and say, hey, what I did last year. Nobody care what you did last. Like, we don't care about the Rose Bowl. That's over with. When we had that celebration, we enjoyed it probably a little bit long because that was the last game of the season, but it's over with. It's all about getting better this spring, get these guys to the summer, and get to the fall and get 1-0 versus West Virginia. That's the whole goal now.